What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. So for my day 6 progress, I didn't get too much work done, but I did really get to work on the details for my Black Knight here. This is going to represent the patron miniature for Darth Torlin. He wanted the Black Knight. It wasn't a miniature that I had in my collection, so because he had been donating to my studio, I went out and I purchased it for him. So along with all of my other patron miniatures, I recently showed off Mr. Sprinkle and Play It Painted. I'm working my way every day through all of them. As a patron of Warboss Tay Studios, I'm going to be painting up your miniatures. You're going to be playing this online narrative game where we build up your miniature. I'm going to be taking pictures of them and putting them up against backgrounds to look like they're in the scene. Very artistic, very beautiful. And then that's going to be my patron thank yous at the end of all of my videos. And I'm just really enjoying working on these miniatures. Now that I'm splitting my time more balanced between all of my projects, this one was really a lot of fun to paint up. So I think I'm just about done. I don't want to go with too many of the other highlights. You'll notice that with all of the silver on this model, it's very dark silver, dark iron. I didn't go with nice, bright, and shiny because if you look up screenshots or video of the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, his armor is so dark and the silver on it, the things that should be silver, like the chainmail, are like black. This is like black chainmail. His helmet is like a black helmet. So I needed to use Lead Belcher as a base, but then I added in some Abaddon Black to give it that silver glow. Like you can see the light reflecting on it. It is a metallic silver, but it is not bright and shiny. It's not anything close to even, if you look at here, Prince Duval's sword, which I did in Lead Belcher, and then I highlighted up just a little bit with Runefang Steel. It's way darker than that. So I'm very pleased with how he came out. The funniest thing is that Darth Torlin wanted this pose, and I was so excited when I got the miniature that I just built him up without realizing that I'm gonna need to paint the boar's head on his armor there in the front. So it was a great adventure for me to paint on that boar's head, and the way I did it, I'll take you through a little walkthrough right now, is I took some Mephiston gold and I painted the, I got like underneath his sword here, and I just painted like a horizontal blob and then another one down below, leaving a little bit of that black as a line for the boar's mouth. And then I took another blob and I made like the head, and then I dragged it down. And then I did a couple of ears, and I think I just filled in the rest of the red. And you're gonna think like, well, that it's just gonna look like a big splotch. But what I did was, after I highlighted it with Wazdaka red, I took some Abaddon Black and then I drew a line across the front for his mouth opening, and then a vertical one on either side right next to the mouth. And what I did was it made a tooth out of, like a tusk, out of that red splotch. And then after I cleaned up this side, the boar's head, with that Abaddon Black, I did one line of Abaddon Black down right at the back so that it would create the look of the boar's mane blowing behind it, and show the separation from that and its head. And then I just did a little horizontal line there for the eye, and then I cleaned up by the ears. So it really is going to take you a minute to look at the model, and if you're just looking at it from a tabletop, then you're not going to notice it. But if you do pick it up and you look underneath that sword, you are going to see a definite boar's head. And look at all of the pictures of the Black Knight. It does look like a big design anyways. It even took me a minute to look at it from all the pictures of the movie screenshots to wonder, well, what is that thing? Is that a lion? Is it a dragon? And oh no, it's a boar. So I went with the boar's head, just like in the movie, facing to the left there. And I'm really, really happy with how it came out. I used a brown trim for his armor, but I used a Rhinox hide, which is very, very dark brown. And then I just highlighted it up with Gorthor, which is a very subtle and muted brown highlight. I think it's perfect for anything like dark leather. If you want to go with a more vibrant highlight for leather and you want a more yellowish highlight, then I would use XV88. But for this dark figure, we went with the Gorthor brown. And then I think I used a dark Reaper and maybe like a dark gray highlight for the black. Sometimes I'll highlight black with blue, like I did here. I used Thunderhawk blue as the final highlight for N.I.'s Curseborn. Gives his pants an almost black velvety look, like Bowie pants. Yeah, you. But for my Black Knight, I decided to go with the more muted gray highlights. Okay, I'm talking about him so much, but that's really the work that I want to share with you guys today. I put him on a 25mm square base because he is an infantry model. And if Darth Torlin decides once I send him this miniature that he wants to use it as a foot knight, I am pretty sure Games Workshop is going to be making the rule that the infantry for the foot knights have to be 25mm. I don't know, maybe even bigger. Who knows what size that Paladin, I say Paladin, I've always said Paladin. Who knows what size that Paladin from the reveal of the old world game, who knows what size that base is. But they wrote in that article that they're moving their infantry to square bases, which is why I decided to go with the 25mm one. So in the description of this video, I'm going to be putting the links to the company that I use. It's in the garage, actually, the bag that I wanted to show. But you get 100 25mm textured flat square bases, and you can use that to build up your miniatures that you're going to be using in the old world. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next update.